some bad news. The bad news is I'm a little under the weather, so I'm not sounding my best, feeling my best, or looking my best. And I just came off of a 12-hour shift. But the good news is, can you tell? Look what I just got working. I love the old school triggers, fluffy mic brushing, just whisper rambling, lid sounds, which I don't have for you today, I'm just saying. But I was so excited. Turned out I just had to order some kind of Apple converter thing to get my mic working. I do remember, though, I sound very breathy as opposed to crisp. I don't have those crisp whisper sounds that I love from other people. Mine are a little breathier, and I never could quite figure out why. I feel like I'm hiding down here. I'm not sure where the mic is set at. I have completely forgotten how to use this thing. I also completely forgot that if I talk too close to the mic, I eat the fur. No good. I already work in vet med. I eat fur all day long. Not intentionally. Not intentionally. But I thought we could just have a little test. You can let me know what you think. I don't know how many people will get to see this because this is a new channel. But I wasn't getting very many views on my old channel anyway, as I've mentioned. Oh, I forgot my whole intro. Because ASMR for Hunter is a channel with a purpose. But tonight is not the night to go into those details. You can go into my description if you're looking for more information on what I'm referring to. I also can't remember how this mic does with background sounds. If they're the same, if it cuts them out, if it makes it worse. I'm going to stop fluffing for a little while, as they say, and just ramble for a minute. Well, probably a lot more than a minute. I don't have too much to say. I usually say I don't have too much to say and then babble on for 20 minutes, but my brain literally just froze. Did I have a point? This is not the way to be successful. Maybe I better go back to rubbing the mic. Maybe it was doing something from my memory. I want to test out if I just sit back where I normally sit too. Does the mic pick that up nicely? I know that if I mess around with the mic while I'm filming, it can get a little noisy, and those are harsh sounds, so I don't want that to happen. I am his very first ASMR video from just a few days ago, and he already had over 100 subscribers, and well deserved. I believe he came over from TikTok, so he probably had a following there already. But his voice sounded so incredibly nice. I don't know how people sound like that. I don't sound like that. And if you remember some videos I've made in the past, I can tend to whisper yell, meaning I'm clearly angry, and I'm just whispering what I'm intending, what I would really be yelling if I wasn't making a whispering ASMR video. I deleted that video not because I was ashamed of it, but because it was just too emotional. And I found that even watching it back was cringy, so I didn't want to keep it up there. That's not what ASMR is for. No matter how upset I am, I can quietly explain what might have upset me or why I'm upset, but I didn't need to rant about it. So as per usual, I ask everyone in the house to stay quiet so I can film a video for just 20 minutes, and somebody's yelling on a video game, but that particular person happens to be Hunter, and right now Hunter just gets to play his video games because he had a long day too, and it's a battle I cannot fight right now. I'm going to grab something really quick and try not to make too much noise in the process. Here comes the little one. Yep, that was my little guy that walked in, and I'm sure the door creaking was loud. So we might be scrapping this video too. I made 2 other videos yesterday that I scrapped because I was trying to use the iPhone earbuds with the mic built right into the wire, and it was just so scratchy against my hair and my shirt. I really have to learn how to edit videos. It's just time. Things might look a little different, by the way, in the background because I had my little guy was looking for something, and I had to move a little bit. So anyway, the one thing I wanted to grab, which may seem embarrassing to some people, but I wanted to show my piglet Squishmallow. I don't know if it's the real brand Squishmallow. I was hoping he would make some good sounds. I'm not typically one of those middle-aged women who still enjoys toys and things like that, but I always did love Pooh Bear and Piglet and Tigger, Double and Eeyore. I always identified the most with Eeyore. He's not making any sounds. Why you make no sounds? Why you so quiet? Is that why I love you? Because you're so quiet. So squishy and soft though. I have to pause again. I have a feeling not the little guy, I have a feeling Hunter's looking for me. hang on. Well, I guess it's a good thing I paused when I did, because Hunter did come out of his room and start yelling something. And then when I went to explain to him that I was filming, he said he didn't hear me the first time. And then my oldest son, who was a firefighter, he hasn't lived here since October, but he still has a pager here, so that when he gets a fire call, the tones still go off, and even though they weren't very loud, they were probably loud enough where you wouldn't want to have heard that. If you like fabric sounds, I think this might be a good one. This is my nighttime wrist brace for carpal tunnel, which is self-diagnosed carpal tunnel, but I mean when your wrists are in pain all day long. I think it's pretty safe to assume it's carpal tunnel. Both of my wrists hurt, but I only have one of these. I'm sorry, did I just hear fireworks? It's Monday night. Come on, guys. Do you really need to spend the rest of your fireworks tonight? Save it for Friday. Ruin my video on Friday. I'll try to film earlier on Friday because I have off on Fridays. I'm only working one Friday this month, and that's just to cover someone. I'm only going to make this video about 20 minutes long because I'm really just testing this mic, because I can't remember the settings I used to have. I just had to test it because I was a little surprised that the mute button stays red. And if it blinks, that's when it's actually muted. When it's solid red, it's not muted. Now I'm wondering if the mic actually is muted. And when I played it back to test it, I was just hearing the sounds of my phone picking up on me scratching the mic. Well, darn, if that's the case. You may have seen in previous videos, this might be a little loud, there's some Velcro involved here. Yep, drag your garbage cans now. Well, it just got a little kind of bent out of shape from being stuck to Velcro, but I have a scar, well, what I assume is going to be a scar on my arm from a burn I got on a extremely hot pipe when I fell on it. I didn't completely fall, I just tripped leash. And I was going for walks for a very long time, and sometimes it was still dark out at night, you know, in the spring, early summer. By the time I would get to go on my walks, I would go for 3 to 5 mile walks. So I got myself, again with the Velcro, I'll just show you one. Feeling horrible. Okay, so these are just, you basically wrap them around either your wrists or your ankle. I have 4 of them, and I might even have more, but I put 2 on my wrists and 2 on my ankles because a lot of my workout clothes are black, and at nighttime, especially if I'm walking on the non-main roads, like the side roads, like where I live, I want to be seen, or I at least don't want to be responsible when I get hit by a car, because I don't want anyone to be able to say that they couldn't see me. And then I also will either carry a flashlight, or I will turn my phone flashlight on and just hold it instead of having it in my pocket, because I play music while I'm walking usually. Sometimes I listen to something motivational, but I found that I just keep a better pace with the music. And then I also do carry something I'm probably not supposed to mention on here to keep me safe, to keep me protected in case somebody does decide to attack. And no, I'm not talking about anything like that you need a license for. For Christmas, my mother bought me these cute little strawberry shortcake slippers. I don't know where the other ones in to this next to me. But when I was a little girl, I had a strawberry shortcake dollhouse that I always thought I would pass on to my daughter. And they're just like little slippers. But I never had a daughter. I have 3 boys. 3 loud boys. And since they're getting louder, I think I'm just gonna wrap this up here. I don't really have much more next to me. That would really be, I did want to scratch on a pillow that has a leather strip on it, but I feel like I'm gonna get interrupted again. Nobody still has answered me in any of my videos, and again, I get it, I'm not getting a lot of views, but I'm very curious to know the time frame that people prefer for ASMR videos. Do they like short videos, which I would consider about 10 minutes? Do they like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour? I know I tend to like the ones that are between 30 and 40 minutes, and maybe even, it depends who it is or what it's about. I don't like when things carry on too much and drag on too much, because then I just don't get I don't get to see everything before I fall asleep. Like, I like to watch a lot of hauls, especially grocery hauls. I have no idea why, but I don't get to see everything before I fall asleep if it takes too long to show one thing. So, but yet, at the same time, sometimes it takes me longer to fall asleep, so I like the longer videos. So I don't want to waste any more time on this in case this mic is not working and is muted and